Northern beer.
And northern gear.
G'day guys, it's Rocky and Briony from Further Faster, and it's that time of the week. It's beer o'clock where we have a beer and talk about some new gear. And is this your first beer o'clock review?
This is my very first beer o'clock review.
This is awesome. And she had probably about 30 minutes. I told her you're doing beer o'clock review with me.
That's generous.
Yeah, it is generous actually, yeah, for sure. Today we're gonna look at OMM, a brand we brought in last year. We're just gonna go have a quick look at what's new for this year and what's coming from them later in the year as well. But as per normal, we start off with a beer, and given this is an English brand, I should have got an English beer. I didn't, unfortunately, but I did get a Yorkshire Bitter from our own local Two Thumbs, which is a classic, to be quite honest. The brewer there is from Yorkshire, and he does do a good Yorkshire Bitter.
All right, here goes.
Obviously, I've drunk this before, so I know exactly what I'm getting. I'm getting a classic, not too heavy Yorkshire Bitter. What do you reckon?
That's my first alcoholic beverage in a month, and that's actually quite pleasant.
Quite
and
pleasant.
I'm not really a beer drinker either, so yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well, I think I'll take that for sure. And yeah, Two Thumbs Yorkshire Bitter, get it in cans or on tap. That aside, right.
Tasty.
Let's talk about new gear from OMM. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with core.
Okay.
That's very exciting.
Over to you, actually. Crack on.
Okay, so if you're not familiar with the core range from OMM, it is a fantastic product when you're looking for that insulation piece. So essentially it is a Primaloft Active. Now, if you don't know what that means, essentially it's a super lightweight insulating layer, but it's very air permeable. So it's going to be very, very breathable. We'd recommend it for that sort of either base layer or mid layer when you're looking to do fairly high intensity activities. So that could be winter trail running, it could be hiking. So what's great about this, it's ridiculously lightweight. It actually comes in two different weights. So you've got the lighter weight version, which is the 75 grams per square metre.
And the 125 gram?
Or the 125
Which
gram.
I'm wearing here.
Greatly modelled.
Greatly modelled, yeah. In a new style.
Yep, so a whole different range. Fantastic, as I say, as an insulation piece. So you've got the vests, you've got t-shirts as well. Then you go into a couple of different weights in the hoodies as well. So
one thing I would say as well, you can wear this one particular piece next to the skin really well, and you'll find it wicks moisture away like Billy-O. It really does super well at it, and it's a damn sight warmer than you think it's going to be as well.
Easily one of my favourite new things that I've got on my buy list. One of the newest items that's just arrived is, Rocky's actually wearing it, is the pulley. So nice little pulley.
A classic snap button pulley. Again, you can wear it next to the skin if you want to, but you're probably going to wear this over a base layer. Again, it's just like 125 weight. I can't get over just how warm this stuff is for weight. The weight for warmth ratio is ridiculous. And you've got it absolutely still in a classic jacket as well.
That was the green one I just pulled out, maybe.
Yeah, there we go. In the classic style jacket for men's and ladies as well.
Zip pockets.
Yeah, absolutely awesome bit of kit, and that's finished off with hats and gloves in the same thing. And we've got loads of good stock of it now, just on our winter delivery. If you want something different, super lightweight fleece. Obviously, there is boxers. There's also a tight as well.
There is, yep. So if you're looking for that nice long layer,
which is super good. And for this year, they've improved it and brought out a sleeping bag liner as well in it. Well, this will probably, I reckon this will add at least a season.
Yeah, I'd say.
To your bag. And what you will find, again, it's super breathable. So some of those thermal liners you can buy, they're quite bulky, they're warm, but they can be quite sweaty. Where this, I think you'll find it's going to work way better at wicking that moisture away, if indeed you've got a super warm sleeping bag. Yeah, really good. The only downside, well, not a downside to it, one thing this is not is windproof.
Yes.
So, what a segue.
What a segue.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you are in quite high winds, obviously this is air permeable, so the air is going to go through it really, really quickly, which means it dries, but it means that you might chill quite quickly. So what you'd want then is to grab one of these Sonic long sleeves, potentially, or even a Sonic vest.
Sonic vest.
So this is a super lightweight, windproof, not waterproof, but windproof layer. that you can just throw on over your core, and that will just give you that little bit of extra wind protection.
I can't remember the weight of this. I reckon it's about 30 grams.
It feels like tissue paper.
Yeah, but it's stronger than tissue paper, believe us.
Yeah, super, super light. So, and in nice high-vis colours if you're into that.
So that's probably an update on clothes. Oh, there was one other accessory, the sleeve warmer, our sleeve warmers.
Yes, so we have our Swift arm warmers. So another great piece for winter running or hiking. We've just talked about 2 thumbs. These have actually got thumb loops. They come in 2 different sizes depending on
buy this kind of talent.
Depending on the size of your guns. They also have a silicone lining piece here, so they're not going to likely slip down when you're running. So again, a really good option if you tend to overheat quite quickly, but you want to keep your muscles warm. So you could wear those with a vest or something like that when you're winter trail running. So 2 sizes, black, Henry Ford colour, but lots of nice features.
Super popular at races as well, especially if you've got an early morning ultra in winter. Something like the skedaddle if you're doing the full marathon or something. It could be quite warm where you start, but you don't want to wear a full long sleeve thermal. You've got those on for the first hour, you bin them off, put them in your pack when it's got a little bit warmer. Equipment wise, what have we got that's new?
So we've just got in the OMM Z-Lite poles as well. So these are a 4-section folding pole. You've got 2 options. You've got the alloy, which is going to be quite robust, and then you've also got a carbon option when you're looking for that super, super lightweight pole, potentially for your race day. Yeah, various different lengths, starting at 110. I believe they go up to 125, potentially 130 for the really tall people.
And it even tells you the length of them on the handle, which is a bit odd there, really, because I think you know what length you've got, but there you go.
Yeah.
So you've got alloy or carbon. And what's that attached to?
Now this is our new Stretch Waistbelt as well. So if you're one of these runners that likes to go out with a bare minimum, perhaps you're just doing a 5 to a 10K run, but you want to carry your essentials, this is the Stretch Waistbelt. Again, they come in a couple of different sizes and also various different colours. So this just gives you enough to carry your car keys, maybe a couple of gels. You might even be able to slip a small water bottle in there, maybe a 250ml water bottle. But they also have the option to carry your poles as well. So it's really going to be for those runners that like going out. Yeah, sky running.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing, yeah.
Yep.
Short and steep.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a really cool option. Yeah.
Bridle path, Lilliton up from the Lilliton side.
That
could be a sky run if it went a bit further.
Cool.
Yeah, right. So that's what's in stock now. Now down here we have something which is coming into stock later in the year. Now, this is brand new from OMM. They launched it partly in December. They started off with a fell shoe. In the UK, they've just launched the trail shoe. And coming up later in the year, they've got the ultra shoe coming out. Pretty big deal for these guys. You know, not everybody brings out shoe ranges, especially if you're not really a shoe company. They're really more of an apparel pack running company. For them to do this, massive investment. I think it's 3.5 years in the making. There's quite a bit of technology around it. And we're going to briefly run you through them. We're not going to do a full review because we've not had the shoes yet. I'm actually using a pair at the moment. I've got a pair of trails I've been using, and they are very good. But I'm going to briefly, me and Brian, briefly going to just spin through a few things. First up, this is a fell shoe. Now, this is very specific. Being a fell shoe, it was designed for running off track in the UK, up and down Lakeland Hills in the north of England. It is, what would you say?
It's a beast.
It's a beast,
like, those I've never seen lugs like it.
It's a 10mm lug. This is, you're not going anywhere on a trail with this, a normal trail. No. This is off-track only stuff. And it will run a wee bit narrow through there as well, due to the fact it's hugging your foot. Yeah. What do you know about this new Vibram sole, though? It's on all of them.
Well, Vibram obviously is one of the best-known rubber outsole manufacturers in the world. And so I think, for a start, for OMM to have partnered with Vibram, if you like, yep. That's massive. I don't know too much about the different sort of rubber.
It's using Vibram's light base rubber, but the one thing that's different is Vibram have produced a midsole as well. what you probably don't realise, a lot of Vibram shoes just get the shoes made by somebody else, and they get a Vibram sole and they stick it onto the midsole. But these guys have developed the midsole and sole together as one unit, so less things can go wrong. So it's one clear unit. Yeah. So you've got a 10mm lug on that, and you've got 4mm lugs on the Trail and the Ultra. Now, stack heights, I'm going to try and do this without going to the board. One's 30mm and one's 24.
27.
27, right.
Yes.
30mm for the Ultra, which is this particular shoe here. And 24, was it?
27.
27
for the
Trail. 4mm, was it? Drop on that?
4mm drop on the Trail and a 8mm drop on the
Ultra.
Yeah. So I'd say this one in New Zealand would probably be the most all-rounder.
Definitely an all-rounder for sure, yeah. That would be like a Rapaki anywhere kind of shoe. The Ultra, a bit more cushioning, all day of an affair. Now, one of the things that I really liked about these particular shoes, they come in two widths. They come in regular and regular plus. Now, knowing how many wide shoes we sell here in the store, I have opted to bring in regular plus for both of these two. This bad boy just comes in the shape it is. We will be running a few of these, but these are coming later in the year, and these are coming even later in the year. But they're going to be a great addition to our shoe wall downstairs. Massive addition to OMM for sure. I think it's going to be a cracker, and I think they're going to go really well indeed.
The other thing as well is they haven't gone with that sort of traditional gender shoe, so
No.
they've just got two different fits. Doesn't matter what you are, you just fit the shoe that fits your foot. So you know, it's multiple different colours. They're fairly unisex colours. You just go with what the fit is for you. So that's quite cool.
So there you have it. That's all what's new from OMM for 2026, what's in now and what's coming later in the year. Thank you very much.
Very exciting.
Cheers, guys.